Politics is all about power shifts, but some leaders have defied the odds, some even holding onto their positions for decades. In today's video, we'll take a look at some of the longest-serving presidents and prime ministers, who at the time of making this video, which is in March of 2025, are still with us, and still serving as either presidents or prime ministers. So, subscribe now, and let's get into today's video, by listing some of the longest-serving leaders, who are still in power. We'll also explore their rise to power, the criticism they often face, and some of the speculations behind their incredible and long-standing tenures. First on our list is Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. Narendra Modi, who was born in 1950, is an Indian politician and government official, who rose to become a senior leader of a political party, the BJP. In 2014, he led his party to a landslide victory in the elections, after which he was sworn in as India's 14th Prime Minister, on the 26th of May 2014. In 2024, Modi became the Prime Minister for the third consecutive time. This made him the second Indian Prime Minister to do so after Congress Party leader Nehru, in 1962. Modi's continued leadership is bolstered by the fact that there is no limit for how many times a person can be the Prime Minister. His leadership has indeed sparked significant debate. Critics often point to concerns about democratic institutions, freedom of speech, and religious polarization. These issues have been widely discussed in media and political circles, reflecting the complexities of governance in a diverse nation like India. His handling of economic policies and the alleged mismanagement of the COVID-19 pandemic have also been scrutinized, with varying perspectives on their impact. On the other hand, his supporters argue that his tenure has brought economic reforms, infrastructure development, and a stronger global presence for India. Next on our list is Mahmoud Abbas, President of Palestine. Mahmoud Abbas is a Palestinian politician, born in 1935, who has been serving as the second president of the State of Palestine, and the Palestinian National Authority or PNA, since 2005. Abbas served briefly as Prime Minister of the Palestinian Authority in 2003, before he became President of Palestine in 2005, following the death of Yasser Arafat. Critics of Mahmoud Abbas accuse him of clinging to power, with some calling his leadership authoritarian and out of touch with the Palestinian people. They also criticize his failure to achieve meaningful progress in peace negotiations with Israel. Supporters, however, praise his commitment to diplomacy and stability, as well as his efforts to represent Palestinian interests on the global stage. They argue that he navigates complex political challenges while trying to maintain unity within Palestinian factions. Next on our list is Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ralph Gonsalves is a politician who was born in 1946. He rose to power when he became the leader of the Unity Labour Party from December 1998. In 2001, he led the Unity Labour Party to victory in the general elections. He is currently the fourth Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, from March 2001. It is reported that Gonsalves has maintained his position as Prime Minister largely because of his repeated electoral successes. This is as a result of his ability to connect with voters, and through his strategic political alliances. There is also no constitutional cap on the number of terms a Prime Minister may serve. Therefore, his continuation in office is entirely dependent on maintaining the support of the majority in Parliament. On the 7th of November 2020, Gonsalves was sworn in for his fifth term as Prime Minister. Next on our list is Hassanal Bolkiah, Prime Minister of Brunei. Hassanal Bolkiah is the 29th Sultan of Brunei, who was born in 1946. Bolkiah ascended to power as Sultan, following his father's abdication to the throne. He then became Prime Minister when Brunei gained independence from the United Kingdom on the 1st of January 1984. This Sultan of Brunei is reported to be one of the world's longest reigning and few remaining absolute monarchs. The Sultan is the head of state and absolute monarch of Brunei and also serves as Prime Minister, Minister of Defense, Foreign Minister, and Minister of Finance. He is advised by several councils, which he appoints. After Queen Elizabeth II, the Sultan is the world's second longest reigning current monarch. Last on our list of the longest-serving leaders, but definitely not least, is Paul Biya, President of Cameroon. Paul Biya, who was born in 1933, is a Cameroonian politician who has served as President of Cameroon since 1982. Prior to this role, he served as Prime Minister from 1975 until 1982. He is among the longest-serving heads of state in the world, excluding monarchs. Paul Biya became President of Cameroon in 1982, after the unexpected resignation of Amadou Ahidjo, the country's first president. Under mounting pressure in the early 1990s, he pledged to introduce multi-party democracy in Cameroon, thereby deepening the nation's ties with Western governments. Following the introduction of multi-party politics, Biya won the country's first multi-party elections in 1992, and repeated the success in 1997, 2004, 2011, and 2018. Critics of Paul Biya accuse him of authoritarian rule, with many highlighting his lengthy tenure, his constant absence from the country, continued abandoning of his duties as a head of state, and the suppression of political opposition. They also point to the ongoing conflicts in the Anglophone regions, and his government's poor handling of them. Supporters, on the other hand, commend his leadership for maintaining stability and development in Cameroon despite challenges. They also credit him with navigating complex international relations and promoting economic growth in the country. As of March 2025, Paul Biya has been the president of Cameroon since 6 November 1982, which means that he has been in office for over 42 years. These leaders represent a fascinating mix of political systems, ideologies, and challenges. Their extended time in office offers insights into the complexities of governance and the factors that contribute to political longevity. Whether admired or criticized, their impact on their nations is undeniable. In conclusion, this video aims to contribute to the debate around term limits for state leaders, which revolves around the balance between democratic accountability and political stability. Proponents or supporters argue that limiting terms for state leaders prevent the concentration of power, reduce the risk of authoritarianism, and allow for fresh leadership and ideas, while critics contend that term limits can undermine political continuity and hinder long-term reforms. Ultimately, the debate reflects differing views on democracy, governance, and leadership in a rapidly changing world. So, what's your view around term limits, especially around elected state leaders? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below this video. And don't forget to check out these other videos under our channel. Also remember to press the like button below to show your support and subscribe to our channel for more content.